Okay, dude, it's your home game. Let's see how well you can out on it. I've only done them for 30 years.
This post on the light post. See that white truck? That's right behind. I was hoping to by the umpires on Saturday, catch and carry.
Lexington. Oh! It's Lexington.
Hey, we're both home. Let's go. Dugout enclosure. I'm sorry. Back stuff.
That's mozzarella.
Can't go in there.
All right, let's go. Blue Sox on 3. There's 10 out there.
1, 2, 3. Blue Sox. Patience it down. Run the dugout enclosure, which is wide, over to the stance. Take the stance.
Oh, go 3. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go. Anything? All right. Play 7, 8.
Yep, the Battle of Lexington, 2024 edition. Welcome to Lexington Blue Sox Baseball here on the Blue Sox Baseball Network on YouTube. Sam Feely here with you from center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. for the Lexington Blue Sox and the Lexington Bulldogs in the team's first meeting of the season. Blue Sox coming off a 3-1 week last week, outscoring their opposition a combined score of 34-6, with 5 of those runs being scored by TJO in the shutout loss by the Blue Sox, a 3-hit shutout by TJO Sports of the Park League for the lone loss last week by the Blue Sox, but otherwise putting the hurt on the McKay Club Beacons of the Yawkey League, the Boston A's of the Park League, and then back to league play Saturday night in the nightcap of the annual Jerry DeAngelis ICL Day of Baseball and the nightcap of a 30th anniversary reunion of Blue Sox past and present, and hopefully future in some cases. An 8-0 win where everybody contributed up and down the lineup. Not even fooling. Only 2 players didn't reach base that batted for the Blue Sox on Saturday night, and though they didn't reach base, Julian Alvarez or Aiden Driscoll, they each still had an RBI. So everybody contributing in that big 8-0 win over the Mad Dogs. Now another matchup for the Dogs as they take on Lexington Bulldogs, 2-5 entering play. The Blue Sox at 4-2-1, tops in the league by points, though third by points percentage, with Melrose at 4-1 and Andre at 4-2, although Andre taking the L against the Stoneham Sabres on Saturday. So, here is John Luters to lead things off in the top of the first. 7:30 was the actual scheduled start time. I know it said 8 o'clock on the stream and on the ICL website. Unfortunately, I got the news, especially kind of at the last minute, that was that we had a 7:30 start. Got here at 7 to allow myself an hour to set up, and whoops! But we're good. We're good. All right, here is Looters, who has played in 6 of the Blue Sox 7 games so far, has a hit in each one he has played. Fine stop at third base, and robbing Looters to begin the ball game is Rodriguez down there at the hot corner for out number 1. So Looters retired on 1 pitch. He's not shy about swinging at the first pitch. And, you put it in play, good things will happen. You got to make them get you out. So 1 up, 1 down on 1 pitch. Now Austin Maisel takes strike 1. 0-1. Maisel getting the start and left. We'll give you the full lineups for both teams as soon as we can. Ezra Charles getting the start on the mound for the Bulldogs, and he misses low there for ball 1. Charles is making his 3rd appearance of the season, 1-1 with a 2.33 ERA. Going the other way here is Maisel into the gap in left center, and that'll bounce up against the wall. Maisel hustling his way to second with a stand-up double. So Maisel picks up a 1-out double here. He is in scoring position for Nick Anderson. Anderson takes outside for ball 1. Nick actually went 0 on Saturday night against the Mad Dogs. Went 0 for 2, but did pick up 2 walks to at least keep the OBP up. At 478 as OBP, he's got an OPS of 1373 entering plays. That's fouled into the screen for strike 1. It is 1-1 to Nick Anderson. His full line is 421, 478, 895 with a double, a triple, 2 homers, 12 ribbies, and 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, and 3 of 4 in stolen base attempts. Fouls that one off on Worthen Road. We have an official broadcast, and the count will be 1-2. Maisel in scoring position after the 1-out double after Looters grounded out to third on 1 pitch to begin the ball game. Charles hoping to retire Maisel here, and he gets him to swing and miss. The throw down to first to complete the strikeout, but in the back door, Maisel goes to third. So the first round of the ball game is 90 feet away with 2 down now for Mitch McCabe, who fouls this one off for strike 1. Mitch, the Pace alum, made his Blue Sox debut on Saturday night and did not disappoint. 2 for 4 with a double, a run scored, and 2 walks. Did I say 2 walks? Let me just make sure I got 2 ribbies, not 2 walks, 2 ribbies, 2 for 4. That would imply he got 6 plate appearances, and I'm pretty sure nobody on the Blue Sox got 6 PAs the other night. Again, live TV, folks. Dribbled over towards the Blue Sox dugout, and it's 1-2. Remember, this is a home game for the Lexington Bulldogs down over at the first base side dugout. 1-2 to McCabe. Can Charles get out of this one unscathed? First run of the ball game at third with 2 down, and that is in the dirt for ball 2 to even the count at 2. Charles, 2.33 ERA, 1-1 his record in 9 innings. He's allowed 9 hits, 4 runs, 3 of which are earned, walked 4, and struck out 8. His first win came against the Expos on June 6th. Took the loss to the EI Braves of the Park League on June 11th. Swing and a miss at a high one there for out number 3. Side retired. The Blue Sox cannot cash in on Mazel's double. Half an inning in the books. Blue Sox nothing, and the Bulldogs coming up. So, as we go to the bottom of the first, Blue Sox starter, it is Matt Draper. Draper is making his 3rd appearance of the season. He is 2-0, has not allowed an earned run in 9 innings of work with 5 hits, 2 unearned runs, 1 walk to just 1 walk to 14 strikeouts. Against the Boston A's on June 11th, as a mercy rule win for the Blue Sox, and Draper went all 5, allowing 2 hits, no runs, with 1 walk and 7 Ks, and after 7 Ks in 4 innings, allowing 3 hits and 2 unearned runs to the Stoneham Sabres back on June 5th. So every 6th day, huh? Well, here he is. 6 days after his second start, which came 6 days after his first. Love how that works, right? All right, here we go. Ian Bourne to lead things off for the Bulldogs. Rick, I'm going to need that lineup card back, man. That'll be ball 1 to the Bulldogs left fielder, Bourne. Bourne entering play, slashing 368, 400, 474, 2 doubles, 4 ribbies, and 1 stolen base. Draper with the pitch. A little chopper to the left side, and a bullet from Looters to get Bourne for the first out of the bottom of the first. Here's Evan O'Rourke. O'Rourke just playing in his 3rd game of the season. He is 1 for 7 with a run scored. And he takes strike 1. Was 0 for 4 with a run scored on Saturday against the Expos after going 1 for 3 against the EI Braves of the Park League on the 11th. He is behind 0-2. Rick, I need the lineup card back, for the Bulldogs lineup card. Yes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down. I was still in the process of it. I wasn't expecting a 7:30 first pitch. Fair enough? All right. Here's Favazzo, center fielder. Can only go with the information available to me. That's how I've been trying to maintain perspective on a lot of things lately. I know I can be a bit of a boisterous guy, but barehanded! Now, there's your boisterousness for you. Fine effort by Looters. That'll be a base hit for Favazzo. The extraordinary effort clause, I would say, there. Gets Favazzo an infield single to keep the line moving. And that will keep the line moving For the Bulldogs cleanup hitter, the designated hitter, Graham Seed. And Graham takes a seed on the outside corner for strike one. Again, fastball on the outside corner, 0-2. Seed, 737 OPS with 1 double, 1 triple, 1 homer, and 6 ribbies. He has hit for the cycle over the course of the season. He has 4 hits and 21 at-bats, 1 single, 1 double, 1 triple, and 1 homer. On the outside corner for strike 3, called, and the side is retired. 2 Ks in the inning for Draper. Doesn't get bit by the 2-out infield single. We're through 1 complete. Steve, you heard this one before. Scoreless after 1 in a Lexington Blue Sox game. We go to the top of the second. Change the score bug to reflect that in just a moment. I'm a one-man band here tonight. No Chris Del Sordo. This is a Bulldogs home game. Remember that. And Salima will lead things off. Salima, Vanderzowen, and Ramirez. Due up here in the top of the second, if anyone gets on. Max Dushny, as Salima fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. Here's the full Blue Sox lineup. Now we're starting to get settled in here as Salima takes up and away, ball 1 to even the count. John Lueders at short, Austin Maisel in left, Nick Anderson in center, Mitch McCabe in right, Andrew Salima at first. David Vanderzowen is the extra hitter. John Carlos Ramirez is the DH. This will be grounded to the right side, fielded there, and stepping on first base for the first out of the top of the second is Nordman. John Carlos Ramirez, the DH, Max Dushny behind the plate, Anderson Jimenez at third, and Dylan Walsh at second. So Salima grounds out 3 unassisted, and here's the extra hitter, David Vanderzowen. Mrs. Vanderzowen, would you please make your presence known if you're in the chat? All right, Mrs. Vanderzowen's baby boy takes ball 1 here, 1-0. David, 375, 3 for 8 with a double and a walk so far in his Blue Sox career. He takes on the outside corner. Strike 1, 1-1. Vanderzowen his first game since Wednesday's loss to TJO, which he went 0 for 2 with a strikeout. But then again, not a whole lot of offensive highlights at all, obviously, for the Blue Sox in that game. The 5-0 loss, only mustering 3 hits, although 2 of them were by Nick Anderson to continue his hot week. 2-2. Not exactly the express there on the outside corner, but Vander Zowen swinging right through it. 2-2. Flared into right field, and Dew's got it for out number 2. So rolling right along here. It's the one double allowed so far with 2 Ks for Ezra Charles, and we'll see if John Carlos Ramirez can do something about these goose eggs you see in the bottom right corner of your screen. Charles winds and delivers. Now, you can tell what JC was trying to do there. Hit it over towards the tarmac at Hanscom, where the Celtics were landing Saturday afternoon during the day of baseball. Of course, Game 5 of the NBA Finals tonight. Or if y'all will be doing some multi-queuing following both games. 0-2 the count to Ramirez. We're in the top of the second. Because we start at 7:30. I know, but I know that. I don't. Yeah, nobody told me either. Ramirez hitting this one deep into right field over the head of Nadeau, up to the tarp, and Ramirez will get into second with another double for the Blue Sox. Now, question is, can they cash in? Maisel the double in the top of the first, but was stranded at third. Let's see what Dushny can do here with 2 outs. There's a second controller. Oh and 1 the count to Dushny. Downstairs for ball 1, 1-1. Dushny getting the start tonight after coming in midway through Saturday's game for Travis. That'll be down and away for a ball. Dush is 1 for 3 with +2 walks in his first 2 Blue Sox games. And a chance to pick up a 2-out ribby here. 2-1 count with Ramirez at second. Taken on the outside corner, 2-2. Fouled off, and Dush will get another chance. Anderson Jimenez due up next. If he can, at the very least, pick up another walk. Wind's blowing out towards right. See the American flag behind the scoreboard whipping around right now. Not a very strong wind, at least here at field level behind home plate. And again, spoiling it there. 2 doubles already for the Blue Sox, but again, Maisel stranded at third in the top of the first after back-to-back strikeouts of Anderson and McCabe. And there's another strikeout to end the top of the second. Blue Sox stranded 2 runners in scoring position through the first 2 innings. $1.50 in the books, and still no score. All right, we go to the bottom of the second. Matt Favazzo, Norman, and Velis due up. 0-1 the count to Matt Favazzo. You saw Nick Favazzo with the infield single with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. And, Nick's got some decent numbers and an OPS of 885. But Matt, despite that ground out, 1-3 to begin the bottom of the second, coming into play with a 1482 OPS through 3 games, 2 doubles. But he has retired relatively easily here for out number 1. John Nordman, the Bulldogs' first baseman, is behind here 0-1. And now he's behind 0-2. Again, Draper not wasting any time, filling up the strike zone here. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. John Nordman, 2 up, 2 down. In the bottom of the second, and 3 strikeouts already for Draper. Let's see if Jaden Velis can make life a little more difficult for Draper. Take strike 1. You got it? Excellent. Sorry. There's a glimpse into the wonderful world of ADHD for you, the back of my car. Yep. Grounder to short. Looters has it. On to first. 1-2-3. Go the Bulldogs in the bottom of the second. Boy, we are breezing right along. We are already through 2 before our originally scheduled 8 o'clock first pitch time. No score. We go to the top of the third. Again, if you were expecting an 8 o'clock first pitch, well, it's 8:01 for the first pitch of the top of the third. Like I said, 7:30 first pitch, about 7:35, I would say, as Anderson Jimenez looking to bunt his way on, but pulls back and takes strike 1. 0-1. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left for the Blue Sox. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left for the Bulldogs in the 2024 Battle of Lexington. 1-1 is the count. Jimenez, Dylan Walsh, and John Looters due up here in the top of the third for the Blue Sox. Once again, scoreless early on in a Blue Sox game, but you wonder if that will change as we get deeper, in the second or third time through the lineup, as what we saw especially on saw that kind of thing on Saturday night against the Mad Dogs, too. Eventually an 8-0 Blue Sox win, but a pop-up to first in foul territory by Jimenez for the first out of the top of the third. A lot of things can change the whole dynamic of an inning in a game could change. You get the leadoff man on, but the Blue Sox have been unable to do that here now in the first 3 innings. Here's Walsh, who takes down away for ball 1. Bulldogs also 0 for 2 in getting the leadoff man on so far. They had that infield single, and that fine attempt by Looters. Read the top line, 1-1. Pretty good bottom of the lineup, though, that the Blue Sox have. Dushny, Jimenez, and Walsh. Looters due up next. Up and in. 3-1 is the count. Inside corner, strike, is it? Oh, well, I see the umpire pointing to his right, and is that strike calls? You're saying take your base. Well, it is, in fact, take your base. And you always worry sometimes with maybe the batter trying to show up the umpire, but not the case here. It is, in fact, a 5-pitch walk and a 1-out base runner for the Blue Sox. Forgive me for force of habit for all the times over the years I've seen batters try to basically, sprint to first after what they thought was ball 4 and then getting the bad news. So Walsh draws the first walk of the ball game for either side, and that gets through into center field for Looters, and then the ball gets past the center fielder. Walsh will get to third, and Looters will get to second. Single and an E8. So Looters, he's got to hit again in every game he's played for the Blue Sox. And 2 runners in scoring position on the single and the E8, putting him at second and Walsh at third. And already, we're going to see time called here, and Eric Steinkar's going to go out there and have a quick word with the entire infield, it looks like. So we've already seen the first walk. We've already seen the first error of this ball game on back-to-back pitches. Maisel with a chance to break the ice here. Maisel with a double his first time up, got to third on the wild pitch that Anderson struck out on. And stranded there at third when McCabe struck out to end that top of the first. But another chance here for the Blue Sox. The conference is over, and the action has begun now in the Bulldogs' bullpen. Called a kennel in that case? I don't know. All I know is that my Greyhound hates being kenneled. Hates the metal box, that's for sure. 1-0 the count to Maisel. Maisel entering play was 1 for 2. With that one hit being a double. So 2 hits now in 3 at-bats for Maisel, and they've both been doubles, and now he's got a hitter's count here at 2-0. Grounds this one through the right side of the infield for a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes another 2-run single for Austin Maisel. 2-0, Blue Sox. Maisel now 3 for 4. on the young season. 2 for 2 tonight. Here's Anderson. Takes low, 1-0. Anderson struck out swinging his first time up. Yep. High for ball 2. I mean, even if the infield is playing a normal depth in that situation, it still brings in 1. But smash through the hole on the right side, and instead of 1-0 with 2 outs, 2-0 with 1 out and a runner at first. And a 3-0 count to Anderson. We've seen how dangerous he can be last week. They don't want none. 4-pitch walk to Nick Anderson. Well, here comes Steincross out of the dugout already, and we are going to see a pitching change after just 2 1/3. So that will do it for Ezra Charles. Tell you about the new pitcher in just a moment. New arm out there for the Lexington Bulldogs will be Greg Gentle. Now, a right-hander is making his 4th appearance of the season. Mentioned how Charles has 1 win for the Bulldogs, and Gentle has the other, 1-0 in 3 appearances and 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 unearned run with 1 walk, and 5 Ks plus 1 hit batsman. Got the win against the Stoneham Sabres on June 4th, going 3 innings, allowing 1 hit, no runs, and striking out 3. Against the Brighton Braves, his last appearance on the 12th, pitched 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, no runs with 1 walk, and 1 K. So, after 2 1/3, allowing 5 hits and 2 walks while striking out 3, so far 2 runs, and responsible for both runners still on base here, Charles departs. Here is Mitch McCabe. Down low for ball 1. McCabe struck out swinging to end the top of the first. Gentle looks at second and comes home with it. A swing and a miss. 1-1. This inning started out innocently enough for the Bulldogs with a pop-up into foul territory by Jimenez, but then Walsh walked, Luders singled, an error in center field got them to second and third. Maisel with a 2-run single, then a walk to Anderson. That spelled the end of the night for Ezra. 2-1 is the count here to McCabe, and made his Blue Sox debut Saturday night. Posted a career OPS over 1,000 with the pace setters of the NE10. in his college career. Hits this one down the left field line. That will get down for a base hit. Around third and able to score standing up is Maisel. Throw back into the infield is offline, and it is 3-0. Another ribby for Mitch, and Anderson gets to third. Here is Salima. And read the second line. It is 0-1. Do you need to see theirs, Tuck, or are you good? All right. 0-1 the count to Salima, who grounded out to first his first time up. That'll be in the dirt. Dribbler over the first baseman will step on the bag there. In to score is Anderson. McCabe goes to third, and that closes the book on Charles as it is 4-0. So Salima with another ground out to first, but picks up an RBI in the process. McCabe at third for David Vanderzalen. Outside, ball one. Vanderzalen flew out to right. His first time up. 1-0 the count. McCabe at third. Fouled off. 1-1. Austin Maisel already 2 for 2. Mitch McCabe with a double and RBI. John Luders extending his hit streak. He went around, says the home plate umpire, and 2-2 will be the count. John Carlos Ramirez due up next if we get that far. But right now, Gentle just trying to put a lid on this top of the third. Vanderzalen will foul that one off and stay alive. Gentle delivers. Did he go is the question. Appeal, no, and it is a full count. Very close to breaking the plane there. Was waiting for the appeal signal. Appeal granted, appeal denied, though. I know, right? Don't have the overhead camera, alas. 3-2. Popped up. Oh boy. Help. Help. All right. Yeah. Am I good, though? Yeah. All right. Well, Vanderzalen making this a battle here, trying to keep bringing the pain. 4 runs already home here in the top of the third after a couple of very quick scoreless innings to begin this ball game. 3-2 once again. And that's on the outside corner for strike 3. Called, and the side is retired. Blue Sox pick up 4 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and leave 1. We're through 2.5, 4-0. Blue Sox. The error in center field doesn't end up costing the Bulldogs an unearned run. And the book closes on Ezra Charles with 2 1/3 innings, allowing 5 hits and 4 earned runs while walking 2 and striking out 3. So Jonathan Rodriguez will lead things off here in the bottom of the third. And Draper back to work. Swing at the first pitch is Rodriguez. And I'm sure Looters would have liked to get a little revenge on J-Rod there for the robbing of the potential hit to lead off the ball game. But Rodriguez has his number here tonight. He has a leadoff single. So the second base hit of the ball game for the Bulldogs. And the first time that either team has gotten the leadoff man on tonight. See if that changes. See, that shakes up Draper a little bit here as Libretto is ahead 1-0 on that pitch up and in. Libretto swings and fouls this into the void for a count of 1-1. Libretto is 1 for 9 with 2 walks entering play tonight. He is ahead 2-1 here. Rodriguez at first after the leadoff single up the middle. Throw back to first, and he is back safely. Rodriguez entered play 3 for 14 with no extra base hits. Another throw back to first, still safe. He does have 2 ribbies and 5 walks, just 2 strikeouts. And is 3 for 3 in steals. So he gets on, he can be a threat. Slide step, grounder to the left side and through for a base hit. So back-to-back singles to begin the bottom of the third for the Bulldogs, and that'll bring up Nana Adu, the right fielder. Well, the Bulldogs offense meaning business here in the bottom of the lineup, too, getting the party started for the Bulldogs. Adu, 364 his average through 6 games this season with 1 RBI. He's not going to try and lay one down here. He'll take a strike. 0-1. So the tying run all of a sudden in the on-deck circle for the Bulldogs after the Blue Sox put up a 4 spot the top half this third inning. Some dancing going on over there at second. That is down and away for ball 1. I'm not sure if Draper's trying to get it to the outside corner, but definitely looked a bit of an overshoot there, and saw him maybe miss a spot on that base hit the last time he slide stepped. And now it is 2-1. That's on the outside corner. 2-2. 2-2, the count. I have. Scoreboard has 3-1, but that's on the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Huge strikeout there. Adu is set down for the first out of the bottom of the third. And now if Draper can get a 2-ball and get out of this one unscathed. We got maybe a crumpled up Poland Spring bottle out there on the infield, though. Lineup turns over for Bourne, ground out to short his first time up. Bourne swings at the first one. There's Looters. There's your one-upsmanship on Rodriguez for the 6-4 double play that ends the inning. He'd get him eventually. Side retired. 3 in the books. 4-0 Blue Sox. Greg Gentle back out there on the mound for the Bulldogs to begin the top of the fourth as Giancarlos Ramirez strides into the box for his second AB. Take strike one, a very un-Giancarlos Ramirez-like thing to do, in my estimation. Same with a comebacker to the pitcher. You usually expect him to even hit his outs a country mile. 1 up, 1 down. Ramirez now 1 for 2 after his double, his last time up. Here's the catcher, Max Dushney. 4 spot in the top of the third for the Blue Sox. The difference right now, chasing the Bulldog starter, Ezra Charles. Grounder the opposite way by Dushney, but a good recovery there after the initial bobble by the first baseman Nordman. Quickly, 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the fourth. And here is Anderson Jimenez. It's been a very busy night over on the right side, particularly when the Blue Sox have been up. Got to be on your toes, even with a lineup with it's like mostly right-handers. A lot of action going the other way. 0-1 is the count to Jimenez, who popped up to first his first time up. He can get on, keep the line moving for Dylan Walsh. Jimenez hits this one into center field, and this will be an easy-peasy 1-2-3-zy for the Bulldogs. And Greg Gentle is the center fielder. Favazzo makes the catch to retire the side halfway home, 4-0 Sox. Well, the Blue Sox still have not gotten the leadoff man on in any inning tonight, but tell that to the 4 spot they put up in the top of the third that has them with this 4-0 lead. As we go to the bottom of the fourth with O'Rourke, Favazzo, and Seed due up for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs got first and second. Nobody out on back-to-back singles to begin the bottom of the third, and got nothing out of it. Strikeout, called strike 3 of Nana Adu, and then a screaming line drive over to the shortstop, Looters, who then doubled off Jonathan Rodriguez at second to end the inning. That'll get down the line in the corner for a base hit, but only a single for O'Rourke. That's a spot where guys can turn on the jets and get to second, but O'Rourke is going to have to be content with the singles. It was fired in quickly by the left fielder Maisel. So, again, the Bulldogs have the leadoff man on here as Nick Favazzo steps to the plate. He had the first base hit of the game for the Bulldogs back in the bottom of the first with a 2-out single, and I'm not sure Favazzo likes that strike call, but it is 0-1. And Favazzo, then Graham Seed, and Matt Favazzo right now in the hole for the Bulldogs. The count is 1-1. The Bulldogs just picking up their 4th base hit of the ball game, but no runs to show for it yet. Swing and a miss, 1-2. The Blue Sox, 4 runs on 5 hits plus 1 Bulldog error, but just went down 1-2-3 for the first time this game in the top half of this inning. 1-2 the count. A little chopper will come back to the pitcher. We'll go to first for the shutout there. And into scoring position goes O'Rourke on the G1. 1 down now for Graham Seed, who struck out looking to end the bottom of the first. So the Bulldogs, with a man in scoring position for the 2nd consecutive inning. Blue Sox, and it had to be 3rd time's a charm in order to bring someone in scoring position home. And they did bring home 4 eventually in that top of the 3rd. The 2nd time, again, the Bulldogs have gotten a runner into scoring position. Nick Favazzo was stranded at first when Seed struck out to end the bottom of the first. Count is 1-1, and we got that heat wave forthcoming this week. Like the color of the sky right now would be an omen for anything. Probably don't have the best tint on the camera right now for it, but if you're watching this on demand and you were here live, you'll know what I'm talking about. Two and two the count from Draper to Seed with Matt Favazzo due up next. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So 2 down now as Seed goes down on strikes for the second time. Here's Matt Favazzo, grounded out to the pitcher, his first time up. Well, is that Graham Seed, who's the team leader in RBIs, coming into play, strike out for the second time, but very first pitch, Matt Favazzo gets plunked. So, first and second for the Bulldogs. For John Nordman, the first baseman. He's been pretty good defensively at first base tonight. Can he come through with a big hit here and take that goose egg off the board for the Bulldogs? Not yet. Not on that pitch anyways. It is strike 1. 0-1 to Nordman, who struck out swinging his first time up. Oof. Good spot, but called a ball, and it is 1-1. Look at second by Draper, couple looks. And now a grounder to third. Jimenez backhands a double clutch, and the ball goes out of play. Well, the Bulldogs are on the board, and maybe not in the way the Blue Sox would have liked to let them get on the board. Imagine now, there's a kind of a tricky spot there with maybe the ball not taking the bounce that Jimenez was anticipating, and the double clutch getting the ball out of his glove. So at that point, you got to make a quick decision. Are you going to eat it, or are you going to try and throw him out? And ball goes out of play and makes it second and third with 2 outs. O'Rourke scores. It's now Favazzo at third and Nordman at second. And Velis behind of the count 0-1. We just had to hold up for a moment as Dushny got the worst of that last one. 1-1 to Velis, who grounded out to short his first time up. To end the second, he represents the tying run. 2-1. No one warming yet for the Blue Sox. Draper's been awesome in his first couple of appearances this season. So you know that the Blue Sox have faith in him, but if he doesn't get him here, I think you might start seeing someone to warm up. 3-1. Might want to start warming up the alarm ringing arm at least. 3-1. Ball 4 and the bases are loaded. Draper is in a jam here. O'Rourke leading off this inning with a single, then the ground out to the pitcher and the strikeout. Then back-to-back hit by pitch of Favazzo. Nordman reaches on that error. The walk to Velis, but that might be a little bit of a helper there. Could have been called a ball on the inside corner. It was a strike. 0-1 to Rodriguez. He fouls this one off. And the count is 0-2. Rodriguez with a single, his first time up, out, but was doubled off at second to end the third. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Jonathan Rodriguez, side retired. Never a moment's doubt in the mind of Rick DeAngelis to see Draper get out of that one. He does allow one, but it is still 4-1 Blue Sox 4. Brendan Albert is now in right field for Nana Adu as we go to the top of the 5th, and Gentle will face Walsh, Looters, and Maisel. Line to second and caught. 1 pitch, 1 out. Ball went to the direction of the new right fielder. I mean, you know, coming to the game, the ball finds you immediately, but second baseman able to make the play there. Favazzo for out number 1. Lineup turns over for Looters. Single and run scored his last time up. One and 0 is the count. So Looters 1 for 2 to continue his hit streak. He has a hit in every Blue Sox game he's played to this point. Two and 0 to Looters. Looters getting his revenge on Jonathan Rodriguez. That double play to end the threat in the 3rd. That's on the inside corner, 2 and 1. Looters got to second on an error by the center fielder, Nick Favazzo. Another one up the middle. Oh, revenge? Nope, not even close. That'll be a base hit and another error. Going back and forth, these two, huh? Well, Rodriguez over at third base, but cause chaos, right? Put the ball in play, good things happen. So Looters with another single and advancing to second on an error. The error by the center fielder Favazzo on his last hit didn't end up really costing the Bulldogs anything as the way the rest of that inning played out. Looters would have scored anyways, so no unearned run charged to the Bulldogs starter, Charles. Here's Maisel. 0-1 is the count. Maisel 2 for 2, double in the 1st. 2-run single, run scored in the 3rd. One and 1. Game 5 of the NBA Finals about to get underway. Will the Celtics clinch banner 18 tonight? Outside 2-1. Last time the Blue Sox clinched an NBA championship, 6-1-7, 2008. Boston's area code, of course, 6-1-7. Tonight, 6-1-7, 2024. 3-1. Sure. Celtics players and fans and legends are thrilled with Kyrie Irving's comments about, the whole Celtics mentality and essentially like likening it to like a cult mindset or just thing, I mean, to put it favorably, it's not for everyone, maybe it isn't, but clearly not trying to endear himself to the Celtics, that's for sure, and their fan base after a couple of years where he was just, phenomenal, obviously, and then I don't know what happened. But that's not for me to litigate. Is that the word I'm looking for? Relitigate the past? I'm trying to remember what I'm going for here. Moving on, here's Anderson as Maisel reaches base for the third time on that 3-2 pitch with a walk. 0-1. Anderson reached on a walk and scored his last time after striking out his first time. 0-1. Oh, that'll be a problem. I am doing this in the wrong inning in my scorebook here. No one warming right now for the Bulldogs. As Anderson able to hold up, and it is 2-1. Looters at second, Maisel at first, so something down the line could chase them both home. Flag is down right now, not really blowing around any wind out there in right field, although now I'm starting to feel it pick up a little bit. And my back. Isn't that always the way? It's not by any means a howling wind, but y'all have heard much stronger winds through this microphone already this season. It's blowing out towards the outfield right now. Well, that'd be good news for Anderson. It's a good news there that is ball 3. Do you try to go for this one? It's a 3-run game at the top of the 5th. Do you try to send the runners here? They're not going, and that cut across. A little too far there for a ball 4. So back-to-back walks on 3-2 pitches, in fact. So some long at-bats here. Might be starting to drain Gentle a bit as now action begins to warm in the Bulldogs bullpen, with also some action in the Blue Sox bullpen. So whole squad ready here on the mound to talk to Eric Steinkraus and see how they'll get out of this bucket of syrup with Mitch McCabe due up here. 1 for 2, strikeout swing in the first, and then that double that plated 1 his last time up. Looters at third. Maisel at second and Anderson at first. And despite the error, if anything scores this inning, that run will in all likelihood be earned. Oh, Anderson. McCabe. Not happy with that call there. 0-1. And now he's behind 0-2. Blue Sox can bring one home here. At least avert another unearned run averted for the Bulldogs, but that's not their concern right now. They just want to get out of this somehow, any which way they can. Down away, 1-2. Salima due up next. Single, back-to-back walks on 3-2 pitches. 2-2 as that just missed up and away. Hit here by McCabe could potentially put this one out of reach. Gentle trying to get a big out here. Into the gap in left center field, and that is off the base of the wall. One run is scored. Here comes another. It's a 2-run double for Mitch McCabe. 6-1. Looters and Maisel score. Anderson to third. Playing double or nothing here tonight for the Blue Sox. McCabe with his second double and picks up 2 more ribbies. 6-1. Here's Salima. Take strike 1. You can see the clouds here right now, not particularly encouraging. Grounder to the right side, the drawn in infield. Ball was bobbled. They do eventually get the out on Salima, but like last time, the ground out produces another run. Anderson comes in to score. Anderson comes in to score. McCabe to third. Deja vu all over again, eh? Whatever gets the job done, right? Seven one. One 0 is the count to David Vanderzowen. 0 for 2 with a fly out to right and a strikeout looking. 1-1. Two and one. That'll be on the outside corner, 2-2. Playing out similarly to the third inning in a lot of ways. This top of the fifth. That bounces, and look at Mitch McCabe running home like he needs to be somewhere. 8-1 on the wild pitch. And another full count. This is the third full count of the inning for Gentle. This is the inning that never ends. Ball 4. 3 walks this inning, all on 3-2 counts. Here's John Carlos Ramirez. 1 for 2 with a double and a comebacker. Fouls this one off for strike 1. Trying to see if that was lightning out of the corner of my eye. It was just one of the lights in the parking lot in the playground flickering. Runner goes. Pitch is a strike and is a stolen base for David Vanderzowen. So the count will be 0-2. Wait, what? Oh, it's interference? Is that what happened? Interference. Oh, okay. That's working a travel ball event yesterday, saw a couple of controversial interference calls on plays on stolen base attempts, and so I guess no stolen base for Vander Zowen, and Ramirez is out on the interference call, and that will do it for the top of the fifth. But the Blue Sox pick up 4 more runs on 2 more hits. Now 3 walks in that inning. And they lead 8-1 after 4.5. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Blue Sox leading the Bulldogs 8-1. And it'll be Libretto, Albert, and Barn due up. And read line 3, it is 0-1, I think. All right. Well, Draper's still out there. Now, grounder to third, Jimenez. He'll beat it this time for out number 1. And the Bulldogs are the only... Bulldogs have gotten the leadoff man on twice in this game. Blue Sox haven't done it at all this game, but it hasn't set back their offense when they've scored. Here's Brendan Albert getting his first cuts of the ball game, taking over defensively in right field in the top half this inning, and he is behind 0-1. 1-1 is the count to Albert. Albert is playing in his 6th game. He is 1 for 7 with 2 runs scored, an RBI, and a walk, and 2 walks and 3 Ks, and been hit by 1 pitch at this point in the season. Did not play on Saturday against the Expos. His last game was 0 for 1 against the Brighton Braves. Swing and a miss. 2 up, 2 down as Draper picks up his 6th strikeout. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7th rather, correction. And here's Ian Barn to try and keep the line moving. Rounds this one to the left side, and it kicks off of Anderson's glove into left field foul territory, and Barn able to reach. He is at second base. And again, no shortage of base runners or chances, scoring chances in general, for the Bulldogs tonight, but only been able to bring home 1 run. First and second, 1 out in the 3rd, and that got, for a second, nobody out rather in the 3rd, and that got wiped out with a strikeout of Adu, and then a line drive 6-4 double play. O'Rourke behind 0-1. Hits this one into center field. Anderson going back, makes the catch. That'll do it for the bottom of the 5th. Matt Draper working out of a couple of tough spots here in this game to really sap any momentum or energy or hope that the Bulldogs might have in this game. 8-1 Blue Sox after 5. So we go to the top of the 6th. Here, I'll prove it to you. 8-1 our score. Blue Sox on top of the Bulldogs. I have a number of, Rick D'Angelo says we're going to have some changes to report pretty soon, so we'll get those to you once we do. Here's one change for the writing Bulldogs, I know. It's tough to, it doesn't feel right to say, you know, the Lexington versus Lexington that often, you know. Old habits die hard, I guess. Want to know the count. Joe Walsh is the new pitcher for the Lexington Bulldogs. He is behind Dushney now, 2-0. Two and 1 is the count. So Gentle goes 2 2/3 innings in relief, and Walsh now making his second appearance of the season and misses up and in. 3-1. Walsh has made just one appearance this season. That was all the way back on June 6th. Picked up the save against the Expos with one inning, allowing one hit, no runs, with one walk and 2 Ks. But he's just walked the leadoff man here, Dushney, to begin the top of the 6th. All right, so we got a pinch hitter here for Anderson Jimenez. Jake Zawatsky at bat. Pinch hitting for Jimenez. Lines this one up the middle, and a fortuitous bounce will get him the double play. So Brett Stone will step to the plate with the bases empty now and 2 down. 1-0 the count. Stone steps in for Walsh, who went 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Count is 1-1. Swing and a miss. Pitch that rolls to the backstop there. And the count will be 1-2. Fouled off the other way. We'll do it again. Blue Sox hoping to be the first team in the ICL to 5 wins this season and double-digit points. That'll be down and in. Count will be 2-2. Only one other game on the ICL schedule tonight, and it's a good one between the Middlesex Expos and the Andre Chiefs over at Maplewood. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. 5.5 of the books, and still 8-1 Blue Sox. All right, number of changes for the Blue Sox here as we go to the bottom of the 6th, starting with the new pitcher after another 5 fine innings from Matt Draper. Yemmer Pineda will take over on the mound for the Blue Sox. 5 innings for Draper, and it'll be Nick Favazzo swing at the first one, and Pineda lost it, and well, welcome to the game, kid. Leadoff man aboard for the 3rd time for the Bulldogs. Yeah, that I don't know how much the wind affected that one, but it is always it can be a challenge when you think you got to pop up and then you got to back up onto the mound. So you come off the mound, then back on. Here is a pinch hitter for Graham Seed. It is Rich Foscarota. Foscarota 3 for 10 on the season in 5 games. Hits this one into right field on his horse and tracking it down is the right fielder Mitch McCabe for out number 1. So Pineda's not the only change for the Blue Sox. You saw Zawatsky and Stone pinch hit in the top half of this inning. Zawatsky's now in at third, and Stone is at second, and Brendan Smith over at first. Oh, sorry. Yep, sorry, that's ours. Yeah.
No, actually, I needed ours.
Okay.
Valente's in from Mixel.
Thank you. So, and one other change just got for you. Ben Valenti now in left field for Austin Maisel, as that is ball 1 to Matt Favazzo. So Foscarota flies out for the first out, and Favazzo now ahead in the count, 2-0. After Nick reached on an error to begin this inning. 3-0 from Pineda to Matt Favazzo. Pineda making his 3rd appearance of the season, 1-0 in 4 innings of work and a 1.75 ERA. Allowed 3 hits and 1 earned run with 1 walk and 5 Ks in 3 innings against the McKay Club Beacons a week ago tonight. But that's Favazzo on with the free pass. So 4 walks now in 4 1/3 innings of work for Pineda. And here's the first baseman, John Nordman. Getting familiar with the current Blue Sox defensive alignment as soon as we can, as that is on the outside corner for strike 1. To the Bulldogs for first baseman Nordman, who is 0 for 2, reach on an error his last time up. First and second, 1 out here. A swing and a miss. Thing of beauty on that curveball. So the defensive lineman right now for the Blue Sox, left to right in the outfield is Valenti, Anderson, and McCabe. That misses. Third to first in the infield is now Zawatsky, Luders, Stone, and Brendan Smith. And still Dushny now catching Pineda. Popped up, and that'll be an infield fly. Ball be caught by Stone for out number 2. So it'll be Jaden Vellis to try and keep the line moving for the Bulldogs. First and second, 2 outs here. The Bulldogs to this point have left 1, 2, 5, 6. Left 6 through the first 5 innings. That's a strike, and they have 2 more on here. One and one is the count. Blue Sox looking to pick up their second straight win after that shut out the hands of TJO on Wednesday night. Came back nice with an 8-0 win over the Mad Dogs. Now bait one here on the Bulldogs. Staying alive here is Velas at 1-2 after that spoil. Bottom of the 6th. 2 on, 2 out. Upstairs for a ball, and Dushny will just hang on to it. So 2 Favazos in scoring position here. For the Bulldogs. Oh, my goodness. Let that one go very early. A hit by pitch loads the... hit by pitch loads the bases here for Jack Finch, getting his first plate appearance of the ballgame. Came in defensively for Rodriguez after Jonathan went 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout looking. Bases full of Bulldogs. 2 down here. And that catches the top of the zone for strike 1. In the top of the 7th, the Blue Sox will have Luters, Valenti, and Anderson due up as that is outside for ball 1. 1-1 is the count to Finch. Again, Finch getting his first cuts of the ball game here. 1 for 2 in his first 4 games. Able to both hold up and get the ball called there on a very close pitch. Finch actually hasn't played since June 5th against the Mad Dogs, which he got his only hit of the season. That's a strike. 2-2. Want to be along the same spot off the plate, but same spot, close to the plate, but a little higher. But that was called a strike. One before it called a ball. I don't know, man. 2-2. This is why I'm not an umpire. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The side is retired, and for the second time tonight, the Lexington Bulldogs leave the bases loaded. We're through 6. 8-1. Blue Sox. As we go to the top of the 7th, John Luters to the plate for the 4th time tonight. 2 for 3 with 2 singles and 2 runs scored. Gotten into scoring position twice thanks to errors tacked on to his hits. One by the center fielder and one by the Bulldogs' second baseman. Top 3 due up here for the Blue Sox in the top of the 7th. That goes behind him, and I just got some shrapnel here under the table. 1-0. Took a wicked hop, but handled nicely and on to first for the first out of the top of the 7th. Looters got robbed by Rodriguez in his first at-bat. Eventually got his revenge, but one last fine play on the left side of the infield to rob Looters of potentially another one. So, finishes night 2 for 4. Here's Ben Valenti getting his first at-bat of the night, taking over for Austin Maisel, who goes 2 for 2 with a double, a walk, and a single. And Valenti takes ball 1 here. Valenti is 0 for 7 on the season, but has 3 walks and scored 2 runs. Even the count now is Walsh at 1-1. One and two. Not sure if he actually fouled that one on. Just swung and missed one that nicked off the catcher's glove. Swing now and run, Ross Curley would say. If a pitch like that were strike 3. 1-2. Hit the other way into right field. That'll get down for a base hit, first hit of the season for Ben Valenti. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. So it's Stuart Camp is actually the new pitcher. It's not Walsh, my mistake. But Ben Valenti picks up his first hit of the season. He's aboard with 1 out. Stuart Camp is actually the new pitcher for the Bulldogs. We've got another pinch hitter here for the Blue Sox. Joe Auger. Well, bat here for Nick Anderson, who finishes his night 0 for 1 with 2 walks. And even when Anderson isn't even getting hits, it's hard to keep him off the bases, hard to keep him from making an impact on these games. 0-1 is the count to Joe Auger. Down away for ball 1. Auger 0 for 1 in 2 appearances this season so far, but with a run scored. And he'll take a strike there, and it'll be 1-2. So Valenti picks up the base hit, his first of the season. Auger looking for his first base hit of the season. And another pinch hitter on deck right now in Mitch McCabe's spot. As Camp comes set and delivers, and that hit him. So first and second, 1 out. Tobei Nakajima will pinch hit here for the Blue Sox. Nakajima swings at the first one and fouls it off. 4 strike 1. Broken back grounder the other way, fielded by the first baseman. Onto the pitcher, it gets away from him and goes into the bleachers. Under the bleachers, really. Nine 1. No ribby on that one, alas. Here's Brendan Smith. Smith took over defensively for Salima in the bottom of the sixth. And he takes strike one here. 9-1 is our score. On the air by the first baseman. That's in the dirt. For ball one to even the count of one. Smith, 0 for 3. Has been 0 for 2 in 3 games this season with 2 Ks. That does have an RBI. Down away for a ball, and it is 2-1. Auger at third, Nakajima at second. David Vander Zowen due up next. That goes up and in, and that'll be ball 4. So the bases are loaded for David Vander Zowen. Smith picks up the walk. Vander Zowen walk his last time. Takes strike one here. Fly out to right. Strikeout looking and a walk so far. And he's behind 0-2. Camp not wasting any time here with bases loaded. Winds and delivers. Fouled off. Camp making his third appearance of the season for the Bulldogs. 2 innings, no decisions, a 14 ERA, 5 hits, 4 runs. But gets strike 3 called of David Vander Zowen here for the second out of the top of the 7th. This one's fouled off the other way for strike 1. Go to the bottom of the 7th, 9-1 Blue Sox. Peyton Heisner will lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th. Yes, I'm just trying to get everything squared away in the scorebook here. But Heisner is now behind 0-2 with Pineda looking to finish this one off for the Blue Sox. The Sox putting up 4 in the 3rd and the 5th. Some fine pitching from Draper. 5 innings. I believe the one run was unearned, wasn't it? Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Peyton Heiser for out number 1. And here's Albert for the 2nd time. Struck out swinging his first time. He is behind 0-1. One and one is the count to Albert. Leadoff man Ian Barn, his spot is due up next. That's fouled off the end of the bat. And it'll land for strike 2. Blue Sox doing a good job this game going the other way with a lot of their hitting. Not hard to when the wind's blowing out in that direction. Other way, in this case, being to right field. Lineup mostly right-handed hitters, but we've seen the Blue Sox offense really, their right-handers really take advantage of that right center field canyon basically out there, and but remember that they have the bulk of their home games this season here in June. In July, there's going to be a lot more games on the road, and won't be able to use the friendly confines. Really, the friendly confines is just such an expanse here at center field. Albert goes down, strikes. Barn. To bat for the 4th time. Blue Sox have held the Bulldogs to 5 hits so far through 6 2/3. That's in there for a strike. And perhaps more crucially, the Bulldogs have left 3, 6, 8, 9. Make sure I got to do this math right. 3, 6, 7. The Bulldogs have left 9 men on base tonight. I said 10 earlier. I apologize, but it's 9. But from by my account, but left the base loaded twice. That's the big part. And one of those times was in the bottom of the 4th after the Blue Sox they put up a 4 spot in the top of the 3rd. 3-1 is the count. They had their chance to try and claw back into this one, but just got the one unearned run, and that was as close as they'd get, and the Blue Sox tacking on another 4 spot in the 5th. A walk drawn by Barn. Keep the inning and game alive for the Bulldogs here, but a 9-1 Blue Sox lead. Stein-Krause bobbled at second, but on to first to get him for the final out of the ballgame. Blue Sox win 9-1, and they get to 5-2-1, the first team to 5 wins and into double-digit points in the ICL this season. 5-1, 11 points. The Bulldogs fall to 2-6. The Chiefs could potentially match the Blue Sox at 5 wins, pending the outcome of their game with the Expos tonight down in Maplewood. Blue Sox will be off tomorrow and Wednesday, and quite frankly, I don't blame them. Obviously it's scheduled that way, but with the heat wave this week, get your rest in. And I'm going to stop running my mouth so y'all can watch Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Blue Sox win 9-1. Winning pitcher is Matt Draper. Losing pitcher is Ezra Charles. Thanks for watching this presentation of Lexington Blue Sox Baseball here on the Blue Sox Baseball Network on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and support the Blue Sox and the ICL all year long by visiting intercityleaguebaseball.com. 9-1 your final score from center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. Blue Sox over the Bulldogs. For all my rowdy friends here at LHS, my name is Sam Feely. Thanks for tuning in. Go Celtics. Love you, Katrina. Party hard, Caitlin.